Alrighty, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. I'm your host, Darrell Martin, right here on TFNN.com. Don't forget you can listen to us on your mobile phone at TFNN.mobi. Watch us on Tiger TV, right there on the TFNN website, or directly in the eSignal platform. Let's check out where the markets are at right now. We got the S&P is down a couple points. We got the Dow's down as well, down 55. Russell right now is up 3.5 with the NASDAQ up 9, almost 10 points on the day right now. So a little bit of a mixed bag in the indices. We got copper right now. Copper is up 0.7%. We got gold down, pretty flat, only down 4 points, down about 30%. We got silver almost on it's a flat, unchanged on the market, depending upon which tick you look at. So silver is flat on the day. We got natural gas. It's down 1.7%. Big move there. We got oil down a mere 25 cents. We'll have to check that out with oil inventories coming out today. Came out today. And we got corn is down a mere $1 on the day. We got soybeans, though, down 16. So nice, solid move on soybeans, down 1.5%. We got pound dollar down 47 pips. The euro dollar is down 28. Euro pound is currently up 4. Dollar CAD is up 62. We got the dollar franc up 31. Dollar yen up 87. US yen up 87. Pound yen up 96. The euro yen is up 83 pips on the day. So some nice, good moves. It's finally nice to see like some more than an 18-tick move on the dollar yen. You know what I'm saying? So some nice movement there on some of the FX pairs. We got the Aussie yen is down a whole pip. So it's pretty flat. But a lot of movement and quite a bit of the pairs. Let's go ahead and let me pull up and put some charts on over. And we'll do a little analysis. We'll check out oil, because oil already came out there. Let me put that on. I'll load up. First, let's go ahead and put oil on. And then we'll flip on over to the striker there. May have to reboot my platform. So I've been flipping through a lot of different things on it, so not a big deal. Can open that up. Let me get this other one out of the way. I got too many platforms open at one time. Okay, so let me restart that. We'll bring it up. We'll check it out. And we got Fed funds rate, of course, that we're going to be looking at. Some potential trade setups here in just a moment, so I'll bring those up as well. And I just want to do a quick review on oil with you. I know we did a big, worked with a lot of traders, earlier this week on looking at oil inventory. And so hopefully we can take advantage of that each and every week that a good opportunity arises. And, all right, licenses are getting all updated. Oil chart's going up. Let's get some live data. That can always help that chart out a little bit. And here we go. And let's hit F5. All right. So here in a second, once we get live data up, then we'll do a good analysis on oil. Just give me 1 minute. The fun of trading platforms. Okay. I don't know what is up with oil right now. See if I can just try a pound chart. And logs. Okay. Well, we'll come back to it because I got some sort of a CQG subscriber adapter not resolving. And not quite sure what's causing it. Let me try to disconnect and reconnect one more time. And if not, then I can do it with just an oil chart itself. Don't need no indicators. Let's see here. Alright. And I'll figure that out in the break. Hop on over. Check it out. We go in on 12:15, 1:15, so 10:30, 11:30. If we're an hour off of that, 10:30 is a normal release. So that puts us at 9:30 on Eastern time. And okay, so here we go. We did get a volume spike. And again, I'm just trying to get my chart to open up so I can give you the exact direction. But with that volume spike, it looked like a short trade. It did go in and break the low, moved on down, just on the 5-minute bars there, and would have expired in the money. Volume spike actually happened, yeah, right there, okay? Got confirmed here. This bar broke the low. We sell it in the money. It goes down, pops up a little bit, and ends up being a nice profitable trade. So Spike Striker did work out today. And I think maybe it's my market analyzer. Let me go in and just save that. Maybe that's what's causing the issue. So we'll save that workspace. I'll make a new workspace. We'll bring it on over. Maybe that will clear it out and I can go back in and inspect that workspace later. File, workspace, close. And sorry about that. Just whenever it's an error, there's an error. That's just part of going in and doing it. Okay, so now we have nothing on that workspace. Now let's close down and try it again. One last time. If this doesn't work, then I'll just be using... So now I know I got the eSignal platform going as well. So I just installed that yesterday. I used to have it. I used to trade it all the time. So got access to it again. And might be able to pull up some information there. Looks like it's loading up for me. So I might start diving into that, though I don't know if we're going to wait on it today, just because we want to get a few trades off going in to the upcoming announcement. All right, well, it looks like we got a caller right now. We got Michael from St. Petersburg, Florida. How you doing, Michael? Are you there? Oh, lost you. All right, we'll call back in. Guess you wouldn't check out Exxon Mobil. Looks like it's moving on down right now. But anyway, feel free to give me a call back. I don't know if you're doing short-term or long-term trading on it. And I can back out, look at it. And at least short-term, it's definitely in this, obviously it's an up channel range. Or short-term is moving down, but I mean, longer-term trend, looking at daily bars. Going in, starting to move its way back down on the bottom of this channel. We got a very clean channel over here. And Bollinger Band's really tightening up. Probably move down to about 101.38. If it breaks below that, then we can start actually to see a trend change. So, but at the moment, the projection would be a move on down and a few more bars to about 101. Actually, 101 about 11, 101.20. So it's probably the next target there. Okay, hopping back on over to oil. I'm just trying to see if I get this stupid error anymore. And let me see if I can just open a chart up or not. Because if I can't, then I got to check with them during the break and see what's going on. I also have... Oh, that finally. Okay, good. I decided to cooperate now. Yeah, oil's moving now. All right. Let me get my template loaded back up. And tomorrow I'm going to start playing more with this eSignal platform as well. And there we go. Okay. And let's see. Here's the eSignal one. But all right. There's the normal oil chart. And okay, so I thought I would have given a short. It actually gave a long, okay, but it didn't break the high. So that would have been the 5-minute bar. So if we would have gone a short, we would have got it, but since we didn't break the high, we actually got a go the other direction over here. And I don't know how many different things I can have go off at once here. Okay, so had a long trade, but we always go with the conservative entry on the long, and that didn't fire off. Let's see. Okay, so looking for a long trade. Didn't fire off a long trade. Would have had a short trade if it would have fired off. Would have worked well. Either way, didn't lose. This would have been nice if it went down. It did go down the expected move. And that's pretty much what we got right there. Now, we did have another trade fire off on oil. You can see right here, we did have a short spike striker this morning. And that one did go ahead, and then the 11 o'clock hour gave a short, it broke the low, and it, as you can see, it went on down, expired in the money. Whether you're out of the money, you would have taken profit. At the money, would have been in the money. In the money, expired in the money. So all three worked out well. We just had a big pop on oil right now, and we might get a spike track reversal on this. We are down a full deviation, more than a deviation at the moment, and moving on up. So, could easily pop right on back up there. And the next thing we can look at, let's go ahead and start getting lined up on some of our currency pairs. So, on the currency pairs, right here, let me pull this over. Let's go with, we're going to put up Aussie dollar. And actually we'll put up, euro dollar. I want to say euro dollar. And we'll put up pound dollar, and we're going to put up dollar franc. Okay. So, and then we'll zoom in a little bit on these. Let's make sure we're going in. Let's tighten it on up to intraday. We'll just look at 5 minutes at the moment. So we'll go intraday over here. Go 5. Make sure we're on intraday over here. Bring that on into 5 minutes. Zoom on in. So we've had a little bit of movement. We had some early movement right there on the dollar franc. We had some early movement on the euro dollar. Not near as much on the pound. A little bit quieter. And we had a couple news reports. We had the U.S. GDP come out this morning. We also had a couple other trades. Let me pull up what the news trades that I had. I just want to list them off accurately for you. And so on the news trades, a little bit off today, but on the news trades, we'll wrap those up, and then we'll spend the next half hour setting up some potential trades for the FOMC interest rate. We are going neutral on these, and we'll be back right after this break. Folks, come on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And we're looking across the markets trying to see what all we got for potential setups here on the euro dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar, dollar franc. We've got a few different possible ways to do it. I listed off a bunch of trades for you. We're not going to focus on those right now because we really want to get into and focus on the trades that are coming up. But what I will try to do is do a little bit of a review with you on sort of the setups and how they worked out tomorrow after this one's knocked out. Maybe even Friday, because tomorrow we're going to be also building up for NFP. But I gave you tomorrow's news trades yesterday, so that way we wouldn't have to worry about focusing on those today. Looking at this morning, we had a few things going on. We had the U.S. ADP NFP report come on out, and we were looking at trade on that one on the euro dollar. So let's go ahead and check out the euro real quick. And once that comes on up, let's give that 1 second. This one will get the same time zone. It's a little bit easier for me than to convert back and forth. All right, so on the euro dollar, we were looking at an entry at 8 o'clock. So right over here, a little bit more move than we thought, but a 8 a.m. entry with a 10 a.m. expiration would have taken us right to here. We were looking for a move of 30 ticks or less by expiration. We had a move of 25. So if you got in at 8, it actually moved pretty much the exact expected move. It moved down 30. It pulled back a little bit. You didn't walk away with a whole lot in your pocket, but I mean, you covered your fees and you got a couple dollars there. Moved to like 32 pips, basically from the 8 a.m. So we were right on target. So the research paid off. Anyways, pretty much a break-even trade with a few bucks in your pocket. Buy a cup of tea, I guess. But at McDonald's. Let's see here. Let's go on and look at what else we have. Not much you can do with that trade. But we survived through the GDP and the NFP. Therefore, the trade worked out well. And then the markets just went flat. And I talked about doing that at the 90-minute, the 60-minute, the 30-minute, and how we didn't expect much movement at all leading up to the announcement that's coming up. And so now let me, I'll turn this on our Forex side. And so we're at right now on that 90.60.30. We're just going to look at euro dollar for that one piece. And then we're going to roll right into, I'm going to pull up the spread scanner, and we're going to see if we can find any Iron Condors that line up. As you can see, starting at, 90 minutes before, which would be starting at 12:30. So 12:30, no movement. 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, no movement. 1:30, no movement. You actually could be doing the 30-minute Iron Condors right now if you could find any for the little volatility that is required. So things are acting completely normal today. We have seen in the past, sometimes we'll see a whole bunch of movement, like leading right up to it, but euro dollar has been really quiet for us, which is good. That's what I want to see. Pound dollar has had a little bit more going on. Let's look at the pound real quick. I'm gonna hop on over to that on our pound dollar. See where we are. And then, all right, so we're staying within expected ranges. I like that over here on the pound dollar. And it looks like even our spike strikers are working out for us. So saying, hey, it can expire basically in the money above this price. You go in, you buy the in the money, it does expire above, so it's going to expire the money below, it does expire below. We got another long spike striker right there. You can see that spike striker broke out right here. Profitable trade, so moving right on up. So far, everything's acting really within, normal parameters. The last piece, see, that one didn't break out. That one was at top of hour. We don't do top of hour ones. This one was right after, so it actually had the chance to get in. So yeah, basically all the spike strikers working out. Everything's working really well this morning. Market's in tune with itself, doing what we expected it to do this morning. So now I just got to find out what is there on these. Okay, so we have a buy and a sell. Let's run for that. Okay, dollar franc staying right within expected movements this morning, staying flat as expected. Okay, so now that I've done a little market analysis, just making sure things aren't out of whack, the last piece is let's go in and find ourselves some condors. So stay right there. We'll be back and we'll see what we can put on. All right, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And just checking things out, looking at everything. We're putting together Iron Condors now for the upcoming FOMC interest rate announcement. Usually they're pretty stacked up there, so we're looking at trying to figure out what's the best contract going to be. And what I found down here, there only really is one potential buy on the buy side, and that's a 69 to 750. So we're going to have to see if we can make that work. Is there a 69 to 750 up here? I know there is one. We're just going to find out. Okay, so that's the 69 to 750. That's the opposing trade. Now the question is, do we have one that's going to have a low profit, like right there? We got the 6640 to 6940. We have the 6790 to 7090. That's not going to help us out at all. I'm just going through and trying to see if we can find any with some value in it. That's pretty much our trade. We got 4 ticks of premium in that one. We got 12 ticks of premium in that one. We're talking like $8 potential profit. That's not going to do us a lot of good. So may not really be a good entry there. We're trying to hop in this one a little bit late, just trying to tighten it up with the show for you. That's pretty much what I'd be looking for, though. Okay, well, since that one is not working out how we want it, let's go down, let's check out the dollar franc. And there's your low, basically what I'm looking for is low profit spreads. So I scroll down and see if I can find any. The market's moved quite a bit already. That one's actually pretty good, 18, but it's a 90.80 by 92.80. So what I really need is a 90.80 by 92.80, or either side there. See if I'm selling this one, I need a 90.80 that I can buy. And there is one, but there's only $1 in it. So that one really isn't going to do us a lot of good. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Highlight that. Nope. Okay, let's try to put together the pieces of the puzzle. I want the ceiling to be 90.80. There we go. So that basically would be the Iron Condor, but it's not really lined up perfectly with the market. We may not have one. I was hoping with the 11 to 3s we'd have one, because we have a series of them here. There's like, what, $6 on that one. 9100. So we'll just go up here and find the opposing one with a ceiling of 9100 right there. Okay, that's a little bit closer. It's about $16-20. It's not that big. If they're small enough, we can also, don't forget, we can always go the other way on these. And what do we have built in on this? We were looking at the dollar franc. We were hoping for like $50. Usually we get a pretty decent move. So, okay, so that would be the Iron Condor of choice right now, the 9100 there. All right, and so let's just find what we have as a choice, and then we can figure out where we want to go from there. Right now we got the market trading over here at about, let's see, what is the euro currently sitting at? We got the euro dollar, let's see, about 33.80 at the moment. Okay, so let's go down here. There's a 33.80, wrong side though. We need 33.80 on this side. Let's see, we want to sell 33, that'd be buying it. We want to sell it. We want a ceiling of 33.80. There we go. And we want a floor of 33.80. Okay. So that'd be our euro dollar. And I'm going to do one last pass at pound and see if I can put anything together there. We got the pound currently trading right over at 69.07, 69.10, right around that. Let's go back up to pound. We're going to unselect these. We may not have anything on pound right now, but we'll check. So I'm looking for basically, if I'm selling, I'm looking for the floor to be close to where the market is. So that's another way, is just to scroll down and go, okay, do we have a 69.10? We got that 69.40. Well, that's just, there's only $3 in it. It's pretty useless, but we could select it. It'd be a really cheap buy, because we may end up flipping this entire trade around here in a second. And 69.10. Really? I mean, 6,900 is about as close as we're getting. All right, so what that tells us is I need one with a ceiling of 6,900 and a ceiling of 72.40. Let's see if we got that. For the buy side, there's a buy of 69.10, but that's 2 o'clock, so that doesn't help us. There is the 3 o'clock. Okay, so there's a 6,900, which is a little closer to where the market is at the moment. And we had, what was the other one we had? We had 69. Yeah, that's 40. That's really not going to be much use, I don't think. So what do we got over here? 69. Yeah, 40. So that's like 40 ticks. Like right there. But it basically, it can immediately lose and not cover the loss. So we're going to get rid of the 69.40. Okay. Now that we got rid of all those, I can go in right over here, and this is my trade setup. Okay, and I can look at both sides, and here's the important number. I'm looking at the buy side and the sell side together. Okay, so notice I have $18 and $12. That equals $30. Okay, pretty simple. No rocket scientist math going on there. And so we'll just capture this one just for the before, so you can sort of see what was on the roster that we could look at. Okay. And we'll go on down here to dollar franc. Let's get that one on the list. Go one, it'll move down. There we go. I'm going to grab this one, and I'm not in any big hurry on this because IV's not going to go anywhere here in the next few minutes. The market isn't going to want to make any kind of big moves in the next few minutes. Okay, so we got dollar franc, and we got the euro dollar. So let's capture that one. I like to do before and after screenshots on some of these because it'll let me sort of go, okay, what did I see? Was I right in what I saw? Makes it really helpful for comparing and going, what would have been better options? So, sort of nice. And plus, I have a bunch of other strikes there, too, that I can look at and go, well, would there have been a better option based on what came out? Okay, so now that I'm looking at that, I'm like, okay, so what are I really want 50. Okay? That was really my goal, was to get 50 out of these. And I'm not getting on any of them. I'm getting 25 on the euro dollar. We're getting like 15 on the dollar franc. And we're getting like 30 on the pound. So really not my preference on those. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at my new stats real quick. And do the every others here. And go, how flat were these things? I mean, I know they're flat, but how flat really were they? And I'm going to pull up all three of them. Because here's what I want to do. So I'm going to go, are these underpriced? So I overpriced. We go in and we do an Iron Condor because they're 50 pips wide. Well, that's as far as we expect it to move. Underpriced, I mean, maybe they'll move more. So really what I'm looking at is for a move to 3 o'clock. Well, the euro dollar, I may end up lowering down my numbers here. And we got 8, 7. We had one big one, but that was on a combined release. Another 8. One of them, I mean, it flew up and down all over the place. It was about 30. We got another move to like 50. And this was back when the FOMC was really hot to trot here. 20. Got a couple big ones, but all the big ones were always on the multi-release. So that was our euro dollar. I mean, we're looking at between 10 and 30 pips of movement is about what we should expect. And we're getting, what, $25 on that? So we're probably looking to about, tell you the truth, they're really perfectly priced right now, which is tough. What we're looking for is an edge. Either they're underpriced or they're overpriced. So they're actually doing a really good job at pricing them at the moment. Let me look at the pound. And let's look over here and see what we got. Okay, we got 25 pips right there is what we're looking at on the premium. Okay, so the last market moved up about 30 and expired like right at about 18. One after that was like 18. We got a huge one. That was back in March. Let me pull up a Forex Factory over here. Let's line up our news releases with our FOMC announcements. And we'll probably get these on just like right before the release comes out. We'll see. March was pretty big. Let's look at March. And that was economic projections and all that. Then January, we had a move of about 12. Euro, we had a move, not the euro, but the December, it was like 15, 30. Really looks to be a pretty flat announcement overall. And the one that we can get the most money on out of the group, it looks like it is pound dollar. We get 25 pips on pound. We're only getting, or 25, we can get 25 pips on euro. We can get only 16 on dollar franc. Actually, now implied volatility is going up a little. We'll get about 35 on pound. I like that because I'm seeing a lot that are well less than 35. Okay. So we're going to push this one a little bit. And 50 is my ideal, but they're not giving us 50. That's what I wanted. But, looking at the stats, get a little bit pickier. We're going to dive in. I'm not going heavy on this. I just am doing this really for, more than anything, for example purposes. I go heavy when I see a massive edge. When I'm like, wow, that's way too cheap. Or that's way too expensive. Okay? And notice I'm buying I'll put these on the other side so it makes, feel like right here. I'm buying the lower spread. Okay? And I'm selling the upper spread. Go like this, just so you can see it. right there. And capture that screenshot for you. Right over here. Okay. So the upper spread is a 69 to 750. So if we sell that one, make sure our price is up to date, hit place order. Okay. And then over here, we're going to buy the upper spread. We'll make sure our price again is up to date. Make sure it's on the buy side, hit place order. Okay. And so now we got an Iron Condor on. We have this position on. We have the ability to make up to, on the trade, pretty much $35. What does that mean? And that's the real key. Because it's not all premium in there. Okay? It's, here's the key, though, is I want you to see what we're doing is we're actually selling above the market. Notice how the proximity is inverted. This might help you a little bit. Okay? We're selling higher than the market. 15 ticks higher. We're buying 19 ticks lower than the market. If you sell higher than the market stays flat, you make money. If it goes up, you still can make some as long as it doesn't go up higher than where you sold. If you buy lower than the market where it is right now, it's like getting in at a lower price immediately, then you can make money if the market stays flat, if the market goes up, or even if the market goes down some against you. And so 35 pips essentially means that we have a massive range. So if I bought 15 ticks below the market, then I'll make, if the market goes up, and let's say I sold 19 ticks above the, or I bought 19, let's say I bought 19 ticks below the market, I sold 15 ticks above the market, I can make $19 on my buy if the market goes up. What if it goes all the way up to where I'm break even on the price I sold at? Well, I'm still up 19. It could go 19 higher than that, and let's see, if it go up 19, yeah, 19 higher than where I sold. So if it goes up 19 ticks above 69.23, I'm still at break even. Every tick lower than, let's see, 69.23 would be 69.42, okay? Every tick lower than 69.42, I'm bringing in $1, okay? Now, what about on the other side? Well, I bought at 68.84, and I sold at 15 ticks, so I could have a break even 15 ticks lower than where I bought. If I bought at 68.84, then 15 ticks lower than that is 68.69. So every tick higher than 68.69, I'll make another $1. I'll make my maximum profit of about $35 or so if the market were to expire right at the center of the spreads, which is 6,900. Okay? So, really not a bad deal at all. And we'll see where it ends up when it's all said and done. Stay there. We'll be right back after this break. All right, folks, we'll come on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So we're focusing in on the pound dollar. And so right here we're going to focus on the pound dollar. We got about 35 pips. And the implied volatility is coming in more and more right now. Again, we looked at the 67.50 by 6,900 buy, the 6,900 by 70.50. Sell. Sorry, gotta do some updates because got the news trades coming out. All right. Anyway, so pound dollar, we got that coming out right now. And we basically have a range of about 35 pips, but again, it can go up an additional 19 above, so like 45. Basically, about, we're looking at about 55 pips up, 55 pips down, which is within our 50 pip range for close to break even. And that really is the goal, is to make sure we're with that, inside that break even position. And as long as it stays in that range, then of course we'll be profitable. So my goal was to receive 50 pips, because then we're in a great spot. But if we could be break even at 50 pips, that's also acceptable, because that's really what we're shooting for, is to be break even or better on these news trades. And again, so it's not always just the max profit. It also could just be what would the break-even threshold level be, and that can bring down your entry amount. Because if I receive $30, doesn't mean if I expect a 30 pip move, it doesn't mean I have to get 30 pips. Because if it moves 30 pips and I get $30, I'm probably actually going to make some money, because I'm going to make money on one side of the trade. And so one thing that I've been learning is I've been doing these Iron Condors, and you may have noticed on some of my news trades I've actually been tightening up the levels. That's because really what I'm going for is I'm realizing if I go for the movement expectation, I'll make money if it only moves that far, which is awesome. But a lot of times it's too wide and I won't be able to get a fill, because basically there's just not that much premium built in. And so really what I have to go for is a, how do I put this? A break-even expectation in order to help me get that fill on the trade. And if you do that, then it should work out really well for you. Because if I receive 30 pips, and I know this is where everybody gets confused. We'll just make it easier. If I get 20 pips, and I expect a move of 20 pips, well, if it moves 20 pips, up, then that would be break even. Because if I got 10 and I got 10, and then it moved up 10, I'm breaking on one, up another 10, I'm break even on that. But when you start getting into where it's odd numbers, where you have like 35 and 42, and maybe you got 10 on one side, 30 on the other, or you have 15 on one side, 25 on the other, then the dynamics change a little bit. And so I've been able to dive in and get a little bit tighter on a lot of these trades than I was previously, and I'm going to keep tightening them up until we can find that perfect, balance, or close to perfect as possible balance. And that will allow us to be able to pull off Iron Condors and get fills while still maintaining our statistical edge on how often the trades are able to be profitable. So, again, usually we don't expect a massive move on this. I mean, there could be some, like, QE tapering that, sends the market in the world, makes the dollar get really strong, or, maybe they're going to back off because of unemployment claims. But, we don't really know. There won't be a whole lot come out. We're going to have a basic statement. We're going to have an interest rate, and that's it. And we're going to have lots of speculation. So, anyways, ticker's counting down here. In the next couple minutes, it'll be coming out. Stay tuned. Another great show coming up for you right after this. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the NFP and unemployment report for Friday, and how to put some trades on for that. So, stay right here, and we'll be back with you after this break.